Welcome back to One More Push. Today we're going to hop into Blender and build a character. So let's get rid of the light and the camera. And we're going to build our character with this default cube. So this is very easy. Let's switch into edit mode and then face select mode. And now we can just select these faces and extrude. So I'm just going to I to inset, E to extrude. And I'm just going to create like a very rough character. And this right here is going to be like the collar of a shirt. So I'm just going I to inset, E to extrude. And this will be his neck. And then E to extrude. And we're going to S to scale this up. This is going to be his face, or his blockhead, as it were. S to scale that down. There he is. Very simple, very straightforward character here. So now let's get some legs going. How do we do that? Let's select the bottom face and subdivide that. And right on the bottom, our subdivide menu pops up, and let's add a couple more cuts. 2, and I think 2 will work. So let's call that good. One thing we need to do is add some geometry. So let's go ahead and add a loop cut here. Now let's grab our loop cut tool. And add some geometry. Cool, and so let's see if we can select all the way around this bottom section here. And then scale this in. Cool. And this kind of gives us some shape for the figure, so that his waist kind of cuts in. And then what we want to do is select these two faces and extend them down. These are going to be our legs. We're going to stop about halfway. Those are going to be our knees. Let's go into orthographic view and X-ray mode. Select these bottom faces. We just want to rotate these planes so that they are straight and not slanted. Cool. Now select those again, E to extrude. Let's zoom out to look at this whole thing. I think we can make these all a little bit longer, so we're just going to G to grab, Z to move. Same thing with the bottom, G to grab, Z to move. And then let's make feet. So let's turn in side view, and now what we'll do is E to extrude. Perfect. And now let's get out of X-ray mode and grab the fronts here and extrude these forward, and these are going to be our feet. So now, obviously, we want them to kind of come to a point. So let's grab this top, switch into edge mode, grab this top edge, and then G, Z to move them down in Z space. And now we need some arms. So let's add a little more geometry. So R to loop cut, Control R to loop cut. Cool. And then select this face. Select this face, go into front view mode, and let's E to extrude, S to scale these out. And now S, Shift X to scale these down on everything except for the X. I think we went a little too far there, so let's step it back. Okay, so let's go into front mode, and then E to extrude, S to scale, and each of these blocks is about 1 foot. So let's go out 1 foot, S to scale again, and Shift X to scale on everything except for the X axis. And we'll call this our elbow. So then E to extrude, S to scale. Same thing, this will be our forearms. We're gonna scale it down on everything but the X. And that looks good. E to extrude, S to scale, and there's our hands. Let's take a look at this. Cool. I think we can scale these flat, right? So S, Z to scale these flat. And I might just move them out just a little bit more, S. And now what we'll need to do is add another loop cut so we can get a thumb in there. Same trick, E to extrude, S to scale, and we have a thumb. Do the same thing on this side, add a loop cut. Select the face, extrude it out, little bit, scale it down, and there's the thumb. Now, here's our person. Now, what do we want to do? Let's see. Let's add some smoothing to it. So right-click, Shade Smooth, and then let's add a subdivision surface. So go to our modifiers and select subdivision surface. Let's turn this up to 3. And there he is. And now we can go in and add more detail if we want. So this is looking pretty good. Of course, he doesn't have any face, so we can add some really simple textures. So let's start with the flesh here. Let's make an alien. We'll give him green skin, and then we're gonna assign to the selected. We're going to, there we go. Now we can see it. And let's do the same thing to the hands here. Let's make those hands green as well. So I'm just gonna select one face and then Command plus to grab other faces connected to that. That's good. And then let's assign. So with that selection, select our material, click assign, and we can actually get rid of this material for now. Let's do the same thing on this arm. Select the face, expand our selection with Command plus, select our material, and assign. And let's give them shorts so we can do the same thing with the legs here. Assign, and now let's select our feet. And let's give him some black shoes. New material, make it black. And assign. Cool. Now let's say for his outfit here. So every piece of geometry in his shorts and his shirt, we're going to get selected. And we got to get in close to get the inside of his collar here. Okay, and I think we have it all selected. So let's go ahead and add a new material. We'll make this one gray. And we'll assign the selection to the material. Oops, looks like I missed part of the inside collar. Let's fix that. So there you have it. We have an alien character here with low details, low polys, and we can go back and add more details later. We can rig this up and add some animation. But this is going to do it for today's Blender build. This is one more push. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and check back often because there's a lot more to talk about.